So this is where things may get a little bit trickier in terms of showing you what to do, just because of the nature of moving things around. So effectively our blue cables are going to link up together. They're going to go together, so I'm just going to bob them out of the way for now over there. Yellow and green cables are going to go together, so bob them together there, and then I'm going to put my brown cables just out of the way for now over there. So we're going to need to obviously link between these. Actually, just going to move the camera out a little bit, just give you a better view. So down the bottom corner down here, the back box actually comes with an earth section. So I'm going to put my two earth cables into there. I've already slackened it off. This is where you may need needle nose pliers. Those that aren't familiar with needle nose pliers, that's a pair of needle nose pliers. So you may need those to thread sections if you're struggling. Two earth cables go in. That can just go out of the way. That can go out of the way, and then it'll tighten up in there. So now those two cables are effectively joined together. You could trim this down a little bit, but I don't want to start trimming things around again at this stage. So those two cables go in. Just pop the browns there, and then we're going to need to pop the two blue cables in a block. So effectively what's going to happen, as far as the electricity is concerned, the electricity is going to run in through the bottom of the power cable in here. It's then going to bypass from a neutral point of view, which will allow it to come back, but we're putting a block on the live cable, which is our switch. So once our switch is open, it will allow power to go through, and once it's closed, it will block it. So we're going to want one of these, which is a little chocolate block, as it were. You've got two screws in there. One screw at one side will tighten down on one wire, one screw at the other side will tighten down on the other wire. Or, in the case of this, you can probably get away with putting both of them in from the same side, and then just again tightening it up. So I'll tighten up, they're pretty solid in there. I'll just put that out of the way up at the top there, so it's not going to interfere with my switch. So the next thing from there, so the switch is going to go on the other way around. We've got our input at one side and we've got our output. You may or may not be able to see this at the moment. We've got one port there which says one way. If you get one where it says two way on, that's where you would actually run a separate another cable out, 4 wires, if you were doing a switch, for instance, at the top and the bottom of the stairs, whereby you would have one switch can turn things on and one off at the other side. So again, slacken the pins off so you've got enough room to actually get your wires in, but don't wind them out all the way because your pins will fall out. So that one's already far enough out already, I can just see it sticking in. And then from there, stick our cable into the back of it and tighten it up. So that cable's in, the cable goes in from the other side, and again it's tightened up. Well, I can just go up there. Once we actually put a clip on that, that'll pin that in place so it doesn't move on us. And then the switch can just simply sit over the top of the back box, and we can screw that in place.